Malacanang says former Ako Bicol Party List Representative Zaldi Co should still return to the country to face the possible charges against him. Co resigned from being a member of the House of Representatives on Monday, September 29. He cited the alleged grave and imminent threat to himself and his family, as well as the supposed denial of due process. In a briefing on Tuesday, September 30, Palace Press Officer Claire Castro says it was Co's prerogative to step down from his post. But Castro believes it would be better that Co explain his side on allegations he is involved in anomalous flood control projects.
So mas maganda po rito kung siya man po ay masasampa ng kaso, ipaglaban na lang niya ang kanyang karapatan at ipaglaban ang katotohanan na naaayon sa kanyang mga ebidensya. Kung nababanggit ng kanyang pangalan, definitely dapat niya po itong sagutin. Dahil kung hindi niya po ito masasagot at iiwasan niya, lalabas lamang po siyang guilty. So, mas mainam po na maipaliwanag niya ang kanyang side.
The Department of Justice has requested the Interpol to issue a blue notice on Co. This will allow surveillance on the lawmaker's whereabouts as he is currently abroad for medical treatment. The Independent Commission for Infrastructure asked the Office of the Ombudsman to recommend the filing of graft complaints against Co and 17 others. The recommendation stems from his reported ties to construction firm SunWest Incorporated, which handled a substandard flood control project in Oriental Mindoro. According to the ICI, Co received unwarranted benefits as former House Appropriations Committee chairperson in relation to SunWest's projects. Former House Speaker Martin Romualdez and resigned Ako Bicol Party List Representative Zaldi Co will be invited to the next hearing of the Senate Blue Ribbon Panel's probe into anomalous flood control projects. In an interview on Tuesday, September 30, Blue Ribbon Panel Chair Senator Ping Lacson says the committee will already send out invitations to Romualdez and Co even as they finalize next hearing schedule. Lacson stresses that this should debunk the perception that the Blue Ribbon Committee is targeting, favoring, or even protecting some personalities. In the case of Romualdez, Lacson says the invitation will be coursed through House Speaker Boji D in observation of inter-parliamentary courtesy between the two houses of Congress. For Co, Lacson says the invitation letter will be sent to his address. Co recently resigned from his post as a Co Bicol Party List representative in the House of Representatives. He is currently out of the country for medical purposes. According to Lacson, if Co does not show up, the panel can issue a subpoena against him or even cite him for contempt and order his arrest if needed. At a Senate Blue Ribbon hearing, contractor couple Curly and Sara Discaya named several lawmakers who allegedly asked for and received kickbacks from infrastructure projects after their firms were able to bag government contracts. Curly Discaya also claimed that lawmakers asked for a 25% cut for Co and Romualdez. Both Co and Romualdez have denied the accusation by the Discaya couple. Public Works Secretary Vince Dizon says companies linked to resigned Co Bicol Party List Representative Zaldi Co tried to deregister 3 helicopters from the Philippines registry. Citing information from the Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines, Dizon says the firms tried to deregister the choppers to put these units up for sale. The registration is an act of removing an item from an official registry. Dizon says they managed to stop the registration. He adds that CAAP already issued a standing order prohibiting the deregistration of all air assets linked to Co. Dizon revealed on September 24 that Co has 4.7 billion pesos worth of air assets registered under different companies. He also already informed the Anti-Money Laundering Council, Department of Justice, and Independent Commission for Infrastructure about the assets. The resigned lawmaker is accused of receiving kickbacks from anomalous infrastructure projects and masterminding last-minute budget insertions. Co is currently out of the country, supposedly to seek medical treatment, but House Speaker Boji D ordered him to come home to answer allegations. Co says he intends to clear his name in due time, but maintains the accusations against him were false. The camp of Rodrigo Duterte tells the International Criminal Court that the former president is experiencing cognitive issues that could affect how he responds to his murder case. Originally submitted on July 18, the defense says a report from a medical professional of the ICC Detention Center indicated that Duterte manifested signs of cognitive impairment. The heavily redacted document was made public only on Monday, September 29. Duterte's lead counsel Nicholas Kaufman says the findings purportedly match the results of another neuropsychology report in May. The defense emphasizes that the cognitive faculties affected are those required for Duterte to be able to work on his case and with his legal team. Kaufman says Duterte himself green-lighted turnover of the medical records. Kaufman also notes that there is still an absence of clarity or consensus on the gravity of Duterte's supposed medical status. Kaufman stresses that Duterte's cognitive problems should prompt the court to decide on whether he is fit to participate in the pre-trial proceedings before holding the confirmation of charges hearing. But lawyers assisting drug war victims argue that Duterte's medical condition should not delay further the confirmation of charges. The hearing has yet to be rescheduled to a new date after it was postponed. Lawyers of the victims stress that the Rome statute provides persons charged with the right to waive their in-person attendance at the hearings. Lawyer Cristina Conti says Duterte can defer to his lawyer if he is not feeling well. For human rights lawyer Nery Colmenares, it is premature to even raise the issue of Duterte's fitness because the matter should be decided by the trial court, not the pre-trial chamber. Colmenares notes that the defense itself admitted there was no clarity on the severity of Duterte's impairment. He also points out that Duterte has sufficient cognitive facility to decide to allow the release of his medical records. The Commission on Elections issues a certificate of finality and entry of judgment on its decision to cancel the registration of Duterte Youth party list. In an interview with reporters on Tuesday, September 30, Comelec Chair George Erwin Garcia says the poll body will now tackle the redistribution of the 3 seats won by the party list. According to Garcia, the Comelec en banc will hold a meeting on Wednesday, October 1 to discuss the effects of the issuance of the certificate. Garcia says they will then decide which party lists will benefit from the 3 seats originally allotted to Duterte Youth. Garcia explains that the Commission issued the certificate of finality because the Supreme Court did not issue a temporary restraining order within 30 days after the Comelec en banc upheld the cancellation of the party list's registration. He says this means the decision is final and can now be implemented. The Comelec en banc upheld on August 29 the ruling that canceled Duterte Youth's registration. The Comelec 2nd Division earlier canceled the party list's registration based on a 2019 petition filed by youth leaders. The petition sought to nullify Duterte Youth's registration status due to lack of publication and hearing of party lists accreditation, which are both mandated by the Constitution and the poll body. These are the stories you need to know today. I'm Neil Mercado. Follow INQUIRER.net on Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Red. For more stories, visit INQUIRER.net. Good evening.